Ever wondered what life is like in North Korea, one of the world's most secretive countries? Here are 15 surprising things that show how strict and unusual life can be there. From punishing not just one person, but their entire family for generations, to rules about hairstyles and even smiling in public, North Korea has some very strict and strange ways of controlling its people. Follow me in this video and discover the 15 bizarre photos North Korea doesn't want you to see. Before we begin, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and follow. Number 15. Smiling ban, North Korea's stricter mourning period. Do you know how sometimes countries have strange rules? Well, North Korea takes it to a whole new level. Imagine this. There's a ban on smiling in public for 11 days straight. Yep, you heard that right. North Koreans aren't allowed to laugh or even crack a smile during that time. Why? It's all because they're mourning the death anniversary of Kim Jong-un, the former leader. The regime wants everyone to look serious and devoted to showing respect. Can you imagine walking around for almost 2 weeks without smiling? It's not just about mourning, it's about controlling how people express themselves in public. It shows how the North Korean government wants to keep a tight grip on everything, even down to how people feel and show emotions. So when you think about bizarre rules and control, this ban on smiling definitely makes it onto that list of things North Korea doesn't want you to see or know about. Number 14. Falling asleep, a deadly offense in North Korea. In North Korea, if someone falls asleep during a meeting or event with leader Kim Jong-un, it can lead to serious punishment, even death. North Korea has reportedly executed its defense chief for dozing off at a military event, showing how serious the regime is about loyalty and respect. This strict rule shows how the regime demands total obedience and control over its people's behavior, even in everyday situations. North Korean society is characterized by fear and surveillance, and any slip-up can have serious consequences. This harsh reality is one of many secrets the regime tries to hide, fearing criticism from the outside world. It reveals the oppressive nature of the regime and how far it will go to maintain control over its citizens. Number 13. Strict haircuts controlled by the state. In North Korea, the government decides how people can style their hair. Men must keep their hair short, between 1 and 5 centimeters long, with older men allowed slightly longer hair to cover bald spots. Women have a choice of 14 approved styles, all a bit longer than men's options. The regime even bans spiked hairstyles, considering them rebellious. These strict rules aren't just about looks. They show how much control the government wants over its people. Anyone with a hairstyle that's not allowed can face punishment. These rules might seem strange to the outside world, but they're a serious part of life in North Korea that the regime tries to keep hidden. Number 12. 3 generations of punishment. North Korea's extensive control. North Korea's policy of punishing not just the individual, but their entire family for multiple generations is deeply unsettling and represents extreme governmental control. By imposing severe consequences on both the accused and their relatives, this harsh measure is intended to discourage any hint of disloyalty or dissent. As a result of this rule, if a person commits a serious offense or is considered politically disobedient, their parents, siblings, and children can all be punished, sometimes in labor camps known for their harsh conditions. It is evident that the regime is willing to use familial ties as a means to ensure compliance and loyalty. By extending punishment across generations, North Korea instills fear and suppresses dissent, portraying an image of absolute control and ideological purity to the outside world. Number 11. Locked communication. North Korea's forbidden calls. Ever thought about how communication could be so tightly controlled? In North Korea, making an international call without government permission is a big no-no. They've made it a serious crime, punishable by imprisonment or worse. This strict rule isn't just about using phones. It's about keeping a tight grip on what information gets in and out of the country. Why such extreme measures? North Korea's government fears outside influence. They want to keep their citizens isolated from ideas and news that might challenge their authority. By banning international calls, they're trying to prevent people from connecting with the outside world, especially countries they see as enemies. This restriction on international calls reveals a lot about North Korea's isolationist policies. and their determination to keep a tight lid on information flow. It's definitely one of those bizarre things they'd rather keep hidden from the world's view. Number 9. Ryugyong Hotel, a mystery in Pyongyang. Ever heard of the Ryugyong Hotel in Pyongyang? It's this huge skyscraper that's been unfinished for decades. North Korea started building it to show off their modernity and draw tourists, but it's become a symbol of their struggles instead. The construction began in 1987, aiming to be the world's tallest hotel, but it stalled because of serious money problems, especially after they lost their main trade partner when the Soviet Union fell apart in 1991. North Korea doesn't want people to see pictures of the Ryugyong Hotel because it reveals their big plans that never worked out. It's this giant, empty building that's supposed to be impressive, but just stands there, incomplete. It's a reminder of how things haven't gone as planned and how their ambitions sometimes lead to disappointment. Number 8. North Korea's ban on foreign films. In North Korea, watching foreign movies isn't just frowned upon, it's strictly illegal. Particularly films from South Korea and the United States are banned outright. This isn't just about controlling what people watch, it's about controlling their minds. The regime wants to keep a tight lid on outside cultures and perspectives to maintain its grip on the narrative and uphold isolationist policies. The ban on foreign films is a glaring example of North Korea's deep-seated fear of foreign influence. They're dead serious about keeping their society closed off from alternative worldviews and criticisms of the regime. By prohibiting foreign movies, they prevent citizens from seeing how life is outside their borders, ensuring they remain loyal and obedient to the regime's propaganda. Number 7. North Korea's quirky basketball rules. North Korea's basketball rules are like something out of a comedy sketch. I mean, imagine playing where you get points not just for baskets, but for slam dunks and hitting three-pointers from specific spots. It's like they're rewriting the playbook on how the game should be played. These rules aren't just quirky, they're a reflection of how tightly the regime controls even recreational activities. By keeping these bizarre basketball rules under wraps, North Korea avoids showing the world just how far they go to enforce conformity and shape public life, according to their own strict guidelines. It's a reminder that in North Korea, even something as simple as a game of hoops can be a window into their regime's obsession with control and maintaining ideological purity. Number 6. North Korea's denim dilemma, the ban on blue jeans. Did you know that in North Korea, wearing blue jeans is a big no-no? Yep, they've actually banned them because they see them as a symbol of Western culture creeping in. It's not just about fashion, it's about controlling what people wear to preserve their socialist identity. By outlawing blue jeans, North Korea is trying to keep out Western influences and maintain what they see as ideological purity. It's pretty bizarre when you think about it, banning a pair of pants to protect their national identity. These photos of North Korea's ban on blue jeans are kept hidden because they reveal the extremes the regime goes to in order to enforce conformity. Number 5. North Korea's mass dance parties, controlled celebrations. In North Korea, they have these big dance parties where lots of people join in, especially university students. Everyone dances together in perfect sync, like a giant performance. These parties are not just for fun, they're also a way for the government to show everyone is happy and supportive. They use these events to hide any problems and make everything look peaceful and united. North Korea doesn't want people outside to see these dance party photos because they reveal how they control public events to keep everyone in line. By hiding these gatherings, they keep up the image that everyone supports the government without any disagreements. Number 4. Kim Jong-un's luxury. Yacht, a shocking contrast. Kim Jong-un's ownership of a luxurious private yacht reveals a stark reality that North Korea tries hard to conceal. In a country where most citizens struggle with poverty and scarcity, the sight of their leader enjoying such extravagant wealth is jarring. Images like these would shatter the illusion of equality carefully maintained by the regime, revealing a reality that undermines it both domestically and internationally. Therefore, the regime wants these images hidden. These photos directly challenge the regime's claims of socialism and equality, laying bare the stark contrast between the opulent lifestyles of the ruling elite and the daily hardships faced by ordinary North Koreans. Number 3. Public executions, a terrifying display of power. Public executions in North Korea are among the most shocking images the regime works hard to keep hidden. These executions, carried out in front of crowds, serve as a brutal tool of control, instilling fear and ensuring obedience through spectacle. The regime carefully orchestrates these events to send a chilling message. Dissent will not be tolerated. Such images remain tightly controlled and censored by the regime, as they would expose the harsh reality of life under Kim Jong-un's rule, contradicting the carefully crafted image of order and justice the regime portrays. Number 1. Juche Tower, icon of regime propaganda. The Juche Tower in Pyongyang is a big symbol for North Korea. It represents their idea of self-reliance and independence from other countries. It's a tall monument that you can see from many parts of the city. But if you took pictures of it, you'd see more than just a big tower. Those photos would show how North Korea uses the tower to push its beliefs onto people and control what they think. The government wants everyone to believe in this ideology to stay in power, so they make sure the tower looks important and strong in pictures. If you saw pictures of these camps, you'd see the true horror behind North Korea's claims of being strong and in control. That's why they work so hard to keep these photos hidden and out of sight. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.